subscribe, hit the bell if you're new, and today we're going to be viewing your guys' dreams PS4 creations on my PS5. Now I have the 4K TV, just got it a few days ago maybe, so you can subscribe, you can follow me in dreams, you can hit the bell, you can hit the like button if you enjoy this. This is one of the creations that I made recently. I asked you guys if you guys wanted me to make a horse. If you guys do, I went ahead and made a dog first. And now I know some of my errors that whenever I say errors, there's no real fundamental errors to the actual sculpt itself. There's better ways to do things. Like, you see how animated he is compared to my puppet sculpture. There is a reason for that, and that's because you should probably make your thing as a puppet first. What I mean, the body, look at that as two circles, one smaller at the end, and then the feet, look at those, and the legs, look at those you can look at it as circles too. It's just better to just look at it as shapes. And then once you get the base shape, then you can use your joints and connections and whatnot, and you can kind of see what I'm saying, how actually making it as a puppet first could actually really help getting it to where it's easy to animate. And that's basically it. Otherwise you'll have stiff animations, which is fine if that's the actual kind of if that is the kind of character design that you're going for. I'm not saying this is bad at all. It's actually a really good sculpture in my opinion. And I made it really quickly, so I mean, we could do a horse. The head was fun. I might, at least if I don't do it, then I'll show you guys how to make like dog heads and stuff, because that head was real easy for me. It might not be easy for you guys, but I probably made that in like 10 minutes. So I can go ahead and show you guys how to at least make animal heads, if we don't do the horse. But yeah, I had fun making that, and also having fun making my character. Now to your guys' creations. Yeah, so if you send me stuff, then I will look at it, because I think I'm going to be doing this a lot more. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. Let's go ahead and jump into this creation, see if there is a way we can improve upon it, because this is actually a really good rock. It's actually really good. It's like it reminds me of rocks you would actually see. I mean, it is a video game, but it kind of reminds me of that sculpture detail. So here's one way you might be able to improve something like this real easily. Let's see here. I'm trying to. Okay, so these back here are in the red. So everything is in the red. I don't know why it takes away from it sometimes. I guess it isn't taking away, it's adding to it, you know? So it thinks it's in the red. But just to double check, we'll just go ahead and throw everything into the red. It does make it look good. If we were to add light to it, these are really good rocks. Like, think ray tracing lights. That's really all it needs. It's really the kind of rock it is. Like, something looks like this should probably be something like this. See what I'm saying? Looks impressive like that, doesn't it? It looks like, yeah, I probably use these. Really good, really good rocks whenever you do that. That would be all these rocks are missing. These might be some of the best rocks in Dreams. Real fun to mess with people's creations and make them lit. Make them lit. Good job. If you want to use those rocks, this is where you go to find them. What else? We'll just go through Dreamverse, dream shaping. So if I was to type in PS5 creation or just PS5, I'm sure other people have made PS5 stuff. I don't necessarily want to look up a PS5 in general. But I know people have probably made PS5s, their sculptures and stuff using a PS5. That's really what I'm looking for right now. But I feel like just typing in PS5, I'm just gonna find a whole bunch of PS5s. So let's type in realistic because I think people really enjoy that. I think people will enjoy these kind of videos just because it's more laid back. Realistic ear. This one I wouldn't really mess with. It's pretty good. The only thing I would say is whenever you're making a ear, and you can view this in one of my tutorials. So if I was to hit remix and all this great stuff, I don't know why it makes you save beforehand. I guess so it can find it, who knows. But if you were to make a ear, you wouldn't, like, just place the ear on the character like Mr. Potato Head, because then it ends up looking like like it's just placed there like a Mr. Potato Head. What you would want to do, if I can find a puppet, I'll just size him up. So ears like about that much of the head, right? Something like that. I might need to do that a little bit more. Make sure the ear is proportionate. You don't want, something like that whenever you're making the ear. What you want proper placement of the ear. You might be able to get away with something like this, but it's not ideal because ears really aren't, that close. What you'd have to do is on your main sculpture, you'd have to add, don't recommend using, unless it works, I would use the spear tool, but you would have to add something like that, you know what I'm saying, in some way, shape, or form. And I have more of it, like a more in-depth way of doing it in one of my tutorials, but the shape you would use is either something like this, you could use any shape, but it'd be something like this. And you want to look at it from the back. But you want to do it to both sides. And the face would look something more like this, Then you might see the placement of the ears off, so be more like right there. Look at everything from the top and the bottom. Yeah, that's a lot better. You just gotta mess with the placement, but it'd be like the same way on both sides, and the ear might need to be tilted. See? Looks a whole lot better. That'd be how you would do that. Let's see here. More sculptures for you guys. So, something fun to actually type in is actually sculpture. This will be the last one for today. I know a lot of people I think have seen. I don't think I'll be able to edit this. I think I'm going to go ahead and hit the like button, but I won't be able to edit it. This is a really good sculpture because the way that the guy did the skin details, sort of the way you would do those rocks, at the beginning of my video. And that's how you would texture a face, sort of. because a face wouldn't, unless you're going for a cartoony style, a face wouldn't just be, it'd have wrinkles, maybe dots and stuff. But it's the tinier dots, the pores. That's the way you would make those pores is how you would do rocks, sort of. I saw something like that recently, and I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, technically that would be how you do it. This was one of the first realistic sculptures Dreams actually had. Like, it was really cool whenever this one dropped. And it's even cooler that it's really animated. The glasses were a nice touch. Still are. The lighting is incredible. Still is. The ear is done right. Just notice how it's poked out the way that I kind of explained how ears should be. Is it hard to do something like that? It depends on if you remember the foundation. It'd be hard to just do it without a foundation, but circles and spears, like I was kind of talking about in the beginning of the video, if you can remember that, then you'll notice where the lip area is. It's just a tiny circle or whatever thing. It could also be a cylinder that connects to another circle, different sculptures each, or it could all be the same sculpture. Then as you go up, there's a big circle. That's where the eyes would be. Then you put two circles for the eye sockets, and then you create your eyes however you're going to create them. Then you got to remember how to do wrinkles. You can do wrinkles with the square tool and then just cut those in with the blend amount turned up. Thing that's the hardest is to remember the shading. The shading that's done is, well, Dreams does some of the shade, most of the shading for you, with the shadows and stuff. But some of the shading you do have to do yourself with a spray paint tool of some sort. I'm not sure if he did that, but you can do that. As you can see, there's pink, and I think that's where you hit the spray paint. You can sort of see it on the nose, how it goes from pink to a light color as it goes backwards. Either that or that could be a light, but that's how you would spray paint it. I would say the only thing he could have done to make it even more realistic, blue veins. It'd be really cool if that was added to something like this. It's not so much that he would have to, that Dreams would have to update the graphics. There's just some tiny, tiny, tiny things you could add to it that most people probably wouldn't. You have to remember his skin, you can sort of see through skin. I don't think people actually think about that too much. So since you can see beyond it, you can add, the veins and stuff. I know people would probably do that for the eyes. I'm not even sure if his eyes have that, but that's some super detail that you really don't have to add. It'd just be cool if somebody did, because I'd like to see a model like that that's hyper detailed. I mean, this is hyper detailed too, but with the tiny little things, the tiny details like that, that'd be pretty insane. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like button, and we will do more of these if you guys do enjoy them. Other than that, if you need tutorials, just click my channel name, then go to my channel playlist for those tutorials, from sculpting to logic to animation. Right now I'm working on a new parkour animation video for you guys as well. I do have a Borderlands video planned. I was going to drop that already. It's just the reason I hadn't is because it didn't upload. So, I mean, I guess I'll drop it soon. I'm not sure how soon, but I want to soon. It's kind of cool how he may have done the glasses. What you could do in frozen areas is actually use the fog tool where the nose is, if you guys wanted to give realism to whenever things are colder, it's like everything gets foggy whenever you're breathing, and you could do that with the fog tool, and that'd be pretty insane. You could probably make it to where the glasses fog up too in certain points, depending on the environment. I'm just recognizing that because of the reflection sort of remind me of a fog right there. And I'm saying that because I know somebody might be able to do some cool stuff with that tip. Alright guys, peace out.